So the DD2s working their way onto their first of two formation laps here at the Belgium track for what is round one of the Rotax Max Euro Challenge this weekend. The grid for this heat, which is Groups A against Group C, does see number 611, the quickest from qualifying yesterday. Konstantin Scholl start from pole position. Alongside him will be Della Ruwahari. He's going to start there in 6.54. Next up on row 2 is going to be Cosimo Durante, the Italian, with Jordi Levins alongside. He is racing once again on home soil this weekend. Back on row 3 we've got Haraldsgaard-Kaklis, who we mentioned, and also Philip Siwa. Row 4 sees the Brit Barry Pullinger. Alongside him is going to be Lucas Bartosuk. Row 5, inside the top 10 on this occasion, is Imke Art and also Maxi Fleischmann. To row 6 is going to be Aaron Sherlock, who normally only does this one as a one-off round, but we'll see if Aaron does the full season for 2016. He starts on row 6 with alongside him the first of the Masters qualifiers from yesterday. That is Dennis Crows. Row 7 then has another Irishman, that time from the Masters class, Martin Pearce, and alongside him on that 7th row is going to be Slavomir Moransky. Row 8 then has Christian Davies and Richard Faulkner from Ireland, a very big Irish contingent within this race. And then row number 9 is Andreas Laskaratos, and also their 6.43 Ilja Aloskins. And then towards the back, watch out for this man, Michael Kuhl, who made up some 10 places in the first of his heats. Let's see if he can do exactly the same or even better on this occasion. He'll start 19th and plumb last on the DD2 grid this time round. Konstantin Scholl there, you can just see looking over his shoulder, making sure the whole field is there. There may have been a few stragglers earlier on, so he just wants to check they're all in place and where they should be. So here's the man out front leading this second formation lap. Alongside him, of course, is Della Ruwahari. He is there looking good as well, but he dropped down in the earlier race also. He didn't kind of keep his fast pace towards the front. He dropped down outside the top 10, so I'm just wondering if there was a problem possibly for Della, but he is there again towards the front. Maybe again the conditions in qualifying yesterday were better than the race conditions today. And then behind that, as we said, we've got Cosimo Durante, who is the Italian. Good form he's shown across the course of the first heat for him. And we've got Jordi Levins as well alongside. The marshals, just making sure everyone's slowed down to the relative speed they need to get this 11-lap DD2 heat number 3 of the day underway for this class. Of course, it's now going to be heat number 11 of the ones we've seen in total. So as Konstantin Scholl just makes the final adjustments to that kart, he'll then look towards the lighting gantry, which will come up red very shortly, and he'll be the man who decides when the race gets underway and if he can hold the lead down towards the first corner as well. Through the grid hatchings they'll have to go. We've had a little bit of a tardy start in juniors, but let's see if DD2, the more experienced, normally can get it right. Oh, big bump there from Cosimo Durante. I think we're going to get a wave around. No, we're not. We're going to get underway with this race. As they went through across the yellow line, it was all good to overtake. So down towards the first corner, Konstantin Scholl has been pushed back in the owl. There's a big drama there. Della Ruwahari, who has lost it. He is again towards the back of the field. So for the second race in succession for Della, he has dropped to near enough plumb last within this race. But the man who leads the way out front is Jordi Levins. A great start from Jordi in kart 647. He's come from the second row and more importantly the outside run into that first corner. So he now leads the way. Second through the chicane is going to be there possibly Cosimo Durante. I think in fact Cosimo's dropped down as well there. We've got 613, which is Philip Siwa, up into second place. He, of course, races with Spirit Racing. Third place then is going to be our pole sitter, that of Konstantin Scholl. 611 you can see there. And in fourth place to complete this first lap is going to be 644, which is Lucas Bartosuk, to come round into the final corner. Top four have just about got away. Near enough a big move down the inside there from Lucas Bartosuk, which was never going to work. So he loses ground to the top 3 as they head down towards the first corner. And he moves, not really from the top 4. A bit of a lunge there from our what would have been 7th place man at the time. That would have been Barry Pullinger. So Barry gets himself now ahead of Haraldsgaard-Kaklis, and of course Barry needs to make up big progress within this race if he wants to find himself at the head for the pre-finals. A move there for what's going to be second place, because Konstantin Scholl now gets past on Philip Siwa, and also getting through there was Lucas Bartosuk. So both of them go through. Philip drops down to 4th position. He's still with them though, which is always the important factor. As long as you can keep with the leaders, you have a potential to get yourself back through towards the end of the race. But Jordi Levins is the man who still leads. Second is Scholl, third then is Bartosuk, fourth is Siwa, fifth now is Maxi Fleischmann, and just about with them, near enough, is number 606, which is Barry Pullinger, who works his way now in towards the final corner, on towards what will be the start of lap number 3. Head down for Geordie Levins, who is being caught on this lap, and there goes Lucas Bartosuk for a move down the inside line at turn number 1, and again it's plain sailing from Lucas. He gets himself up ahead of our poleman, Constantine Scholl. Can he defend though in towards the hairpin at turn 4? Again, a little bit of a barge there as he gets pushed through, which is a help to him, and not such a help though for Geordie Levins, who now drops down to 2nd place. And we have a new race leader, Lucas Bartosuk, and they all start coming through now. There goes Constantine Scholl to get past Geordie Levins, who in the space of one straight has gone from 1st to 3rd. 4th there, near enough to be 3rd, was the kart of Maxi Fleischmann, and Philip Seaway has now dropped down into 5th place. There's a start that's under investigation, trying to keep an eye on the screen as well. Start under investigation is 654, which is going to be that of someone a little bit lower down, which would have been Abdullah Rawahi, who may have been a jump start because he was well ahead of Constantine Scholl as they went across the start finish line, but that's up to the officials. They can decide and let us know. He's towards the back anyway, so no real difference that will make. But the man who leads the way now is Lucas Bartosuk ahead of Constantine Scholl. Slight gap back then to 3rd place, which is Maxi Fleischmann in kart 648, and then behind that in 4th place is going to be Geordie Levins, who at one stage in this race over the last 3 laps was our race leader, but not for much longer, as Constantine Scholl now goes for a lead change down towards turn 5, and he gets himself through now on Lucas Bartosuk, who straight away tries to fight to regain that place, but he can't quite do it. Both of these now have got to be wary of the next man in line, who again has made an impression on this race. That is Maxi Fleischmann, who has started from 10th place. Again, a really good start from Maxi. Finds himself now on the top, or on the back of those top 2 ahead of him. Down in towards the final corner they head once more. 4th place still is Geordie Levins. 5th place is Philip Seawart. 6th place Harrisgaard Kaklis. 7th place is Barry Pullinger, who tries to get his way through, which he does. So just a change behind there for Barry Pullinger. He gets ahead of the white overalled Harrisgaard Kaklis. So well done to Barry. Up front though, it's still very close between Constantine Scholl and Lucas Bartosuk. Those two are hammer and tong for the lead of this one. They're now joined by Maxi Fleischmann. Also in there is Geordie Levins. Well, there is a few tenths of a second back. You can just about see him. There he is into the shot now, along with Philip Seawart as well in 613. So the top 5 are breaking away, but can Barry Pullinger do anything about them? He is there, next in line, 606. Of course, if everything happens in front of him, he'll have the best opportunity to try and claw his way onto the tail and take the positions if need be. Just a word about the Masters quickly. We have got Slavomir Moransky, who leads that ahead of Dennis Crows, and Martin Pearce is there in 3rd place. That's how the top 3 look within the Masters class in this 4th heat of the day for the, 3rd heat of the day for the DD2s. Through turn 1 again goes the leaders. Still Scholl, 2 tenths of a second ahead of Lucas Bartosuk. 3rd place then for Maxi Fleischmann. 4th place Geordie Levins, and 5th place Philip Seawart. The door was nearly left open there by a leader, but he was confident about that line, and there was no challenge from behind on that occasion. But again, looking very racy behind here is Lucas Bartosuk. Nothing to choose between the top 4, all very evenly matched in terms of lap times as well. Their quickest have been a 55.7. The quickest though from that bunch has been Maxi Fleischmann, 55.6 a couple of laps ago. So Maxi is doing really well. Barry Pullinger is also a man doing well, quickest of anyone in sector 1. He's now up into 5th place, so he's got his way past Philip Seawart, and now he's going to try and catch down those top 4, but he's got to be quick because we're coming up on half race distance within this DD2 race. The top 4 again head down towards the first corner. No change for 1st and 2nd. 3rd and 4th gets close though, as Geordie Levins tried to find a way through on Maxi Fleischmann, but nothing was doing on that occasion. There's Barry. You can just about see his race helmet coming into shot there, and he's going to try and take with him Philip Seawart, but he doesn't want him to challenge him. He wants Philip to stay enough of a distant back there not to be a threat to his challenge to get to the top 4. So Barry will do his best now to weave his way as quickly as possible onto the 4 ahead of him, which are still in the same order. No change over this lap so far. Still as you were. Constantine Scholl, in fact, has looked to have gapped that margin between himself and Lucas Bartosuk for now, so he is starting to pull away once more. Behind them, getting quicker and quicker, is still Maxi Fleischmann, who heads down to the final corner. 4th place then is still Geordie Levins, and Barry Pullinger is almost there. If he can get into the toe this time on the start-finish line, he has a real opportunity of challenging over the concluding laps of this DD2 race. So through they go at turn 1. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. almost fifth. I can just about say that now as he comes into the same shots. And then Philip Siwa has behind him 6.41, which is Harold's Garcaklis. Still for Harold's a really good race here. Not as good as the previous one, but still inside the top 7, which is very consistent for him. Cosimo Durante, who is on the clawback through the field, has done the best of anyone in sectors 1 and 2 on that previous lap, but he's finding himself down in 15th place, so his kind of weekend has taken a turn for the worst for now. There is Barry on the back of the top 4. He gets a good move down towards the turn 8 there, but he wasn't quite close enough to make the lunge on Geordie Levin, so he'll once again just wait his turn. There's still plenty of time to go in this one, 8 laps to be completed. We're now going to have 3 laps to go as they work their way in towards the first corner. Next challenge to come from Lucas Bartosuk down the inside line at turn number 1, and there he goes on our race leader, which was Konstantin Scholl. So I don't think he saw that one coming as he worked his way then through the first turn. He now will try and pull away, but I don't think Konstantin Scholl will let it happen here. He'll be straight back on the attack to try and get to the head of the field once more, because if he doesn't do so, he may find himself under attack from Maxi Fleischmann, who's just behind at the minute there in 3rd position. 4th and 5th still tied together, which is now I think Barry Pullinger, up into 4th place, and Geordie Levins has been demoted down into 5th position. So Barry Pullinger still not out of the question to get the win in this race. He's getting closer and closer to the top 3. We're going to have 2 laps to go at the end of this one as Lucas Bartosuk comes through. Race leader Konstantin Scholl is 2nd, but how much longer for? He thought about making a move down towards the final corner, but again the door was slammed shut straight in his face, so no chance to get through there. But down towards turn 1 it could be an opportunity to do so. Again Lucas Bartosuk has it covered, and Barry Pullinger now up into 3rd place. This race has got better and better for Barry. Lap after lap he's managed to get his way through past at least one driver, and now he finds himself with just 2 to go and 2 laps remaining as well. So Barry Pullinger, all he needs to keep that door shut though, because once again Maxi Fleischmann will try and get his way through if he has the opportunity down towards turn 5. I think luckily enough here for Barry, he may have just backed Maxi up here into the clutches of Geordie Levin, so he may just be able to escape over the next couple of corners, although he's still trying to go defensive in towards turn 7. So head down towards turn 8. This time he looks over his shoulder and feels he has enough in hand over those 4 carts now that are behind. Geordie Levins, Maxi Fleischmann, Harold Garcaklis and Philip Siwa in cart 613. They are your top 2, Lucas Bartosuk and Konstantin Scholl, on towards the start-finish line for the start of the last lap. So there could be a change on this last lap, not at turn 1 I don't think, because again Lucas Bartosuk has it covered. Geordie Levins goes through for 5th place now, just made his way past the cart of Maxi Fleischmann. So that's been a change on this final lap, but still we focus on the race leaders. The all-important race win to be decided in this one. Again, we've had a multitude of different winners. Can Konstantin Scholl be a winner this time around? Again, he's trying his best to get there, but he's got a very defensive Lucas Bartosuk still up the road ahead of him. And he's still got a lot more defending to do with a couple more corners left within this race. Down towards turn number 8 they now head. Don't count out Barry Pullinger just yet, he's still right there with them. Konstantin's been a winner, and so has Joey Alders previously today. Who can be winner on this occasion? Barry Pullinger is looking, Konstantin Scholl is looking as well, but it's going to be Lucas Bartosuk to get his first win of the weekend. He comes out the final corner, and a drag race for 2nd is just going to be won by Konstantin Scholl there. What another great DD2 race that was for our more mature and experienced competitors, I think it's fair to say. But Lucas Bartosuk comes through there. He wins by 0.3 of a second. It was a sterling effort to defend all the way to the checker flag. He gets ahead of Dams Racing's Konstantin Scholl. Dan Holland Racing bring Barry Pullinger home in 3rd place. Geordie Levins was 4th. Maxi Fleischmann was then in 5th place. Behind them we had Harold Garcaklis. 7th place for Philip Siwa. 8th place was then Imco Arts. 9th place and first of our Masters runners was Slavomir Moransky, making up 5 places across the course of that one. And Michael Call again, exactly like race at number 1, he made up 9 positions to come from the back up into 10th position. So well done to him. But it's Lucas Bartosuk who adds another DD2 name to the winners list for today, along with Konstantin Scholl, Joey Alders, and he now joins that rank. Can we have a 4th different winner in the 4th DD2 race? We'll find out in a short while's time. But Lucas Bartosuk wins by a few tenths of a second, which is what we like to see. Konstantin Scholl did a grand job for 2nd, but Barry Pullinger, what a race that was for him, from 7th on the grid, he gets himself up into 3rd place.